Hello everyone and welcome back to series 2 of the Shiv-Asana series. As you can see this evening we are in the beautiful Dubai desert. Our flow this evening is going to be a water element based flow. We're in the month of February now, we're coming into Pisces season, so we're really going to focus on just moving fluidly and going with the flow. We're going to get started straight away because sunset will be in about 30 minutes here. So without further ado, let's get going. From here, we're going to start off at the back of our mat. We're going to come to our child's pose to open our class this evening. So bring the knees nice and wide, bring the big toes to touch. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, deep breath in. As we exhale, starting to close down the eyes and just starting to walk the hands out in front of us. Slowly bring the forehead to rest on the mat. From here, we're going to start to allow ourselves to really connect with the breath. Allowing the inhales to become even deeper. Allowing the breath to become slower. And the exhales to be really complete here. Taking these first few moments to fully arrive here this evening. Although we've made our way physically to the mat, we're also going to allow ourselves to arrive completely mentally. Leaving everything else outside, off the mat, just for this time. Allowing yourself to start to tune in to the body. How is the body feeling? How is the mind feeling? As we start to bring that awareness into ourselves, just tuning into the things around us. Maybe tuning into the feeling of the breath as it fills the belly with inhales. That sense of release on the exhale. Tuning into any sounds you hear around you. In Dubai, we don't usually hear the sound of nature, but out here in the desert this evening, I can hear the birds. I can feel the gentle breeze. From here, we're just going to set our intention for this evening's flow. My intention is simply to go with the flow. As we move through this water element practice this evening, we're just going to allow the body to move with the breath, to move fluidly, not worrying what the practice looks like, just noticing how it feels. Imagining water moving around and over obstacles, not often stopping, but having that constant flow. So just embodying this element this evening. From here, we're taking our final breath, deepest inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. On our next breath in, we're going to lift the head, lifting the chin and chest, rolling the body all the way forwards, bringing the hips and belly down onto the mat and just wiggling the hips in side by side. We're going to slide the forearms out in front of us, inhaling, squeezing the glutes, lifting the chest, finding our sphinx. As we exhale, melting all the way down, slowly walking the hands back underneath the shoulders and bringing ourselves into our first tabletop position. So shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees here. Now as we inhale, we're going to start to sink the hips back, rounding the spine slightly, bringing the chin in towards the chest. And as we exhale, we're going to come forwards, dropping the hips, lifting the head, tilting the pelvis in the opposite direction. So finding almost like a spiraling, flowy cat-cow here. The exhales shift us back and the inhales roll us all the way forwards. So just really starting to wiggle out the spine, wiggle out the hips, starting to find that fluidity in the movement this evening. Picturing that element of water and imagining ourselves moving in that way. We're taking one more breath here, final movement wherever you are. And as we inhale, sinking the hips all the way back, bring the forehead down just for one exhale. As we inhale, rolling ourselves back to center, deep breath in, we're going to lift that right arm up towards the sky. And as we exhale, starting to swoop that right arm in underneath the left, gently coming down onto that right shoulder, right side of the face. We're not pausing here. We're finding our active thread, the needle. So the inhales rise us up, exhaling, swooping down. 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in, really twisting the torso towards the sky, starting to engage that core here. Exhaling, melting, final breath. Exhaling, coming all the way down here. We're going to pause here just for one breath. Option to stay where we are, or option to extend that left leg behind us, just resting the toes, or inhaling, lifting that left leg up towards the sky. Nice deep breath in. Exhaling, that left knee comes back to center, lifting the head, coming back to our tabletop. We're going to swap it over here. Inhaling this time, twisting towards the left, opening up the chest, opening up the left side of the body this time. Exhaling, we melt. Deep breath in. Really starting to twist out the shoulders, opening up the chest, lengthening the spine here already. Really moving fluidly here, moving with the breath, allowing those inhales to rise us all the way up, and the exhales slowly fold us down. Now, same options here. We can pause in stillness, or as we inhale, maybe we lift that right leg. Deep breath in. Exhaling, that right knee comes down. Inhaling, coming to center. Moving on to the fingertips here as we inhale. We're going to lift the chin and chest, looking towards the sky. As we exhale, rounding the spine. And from here, we're going to sink the hips back. We're just going to take one big circle, moving to the right, coming all the way back, and then swapping it over to the left. Really starting to wake up the wrists, waking up the hips here as well. On our next breath in, we're going to tuck the back toes, lifting the hips, shifting the chest back towards the thighs, finding our first Adho Mukha Shiv-Asana. As always, we're going to take some movement here. So bending the knees, slowly moving the head left and right. And whenever you're ready, just shifting back to our stillness here. Really sending the chest all the way back, melting the shoulders away, starting to feel that lengthening of the spine. Can we shift the heels a little bit closer to the mat here? Last breath. Exhale, sigh it out. On our next inhale, lifting the chin and chest, looking forward, and we're going to hop the feet towards the hands, keeping a nice bend in the knees. We're going to grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and just slowly rolling the weight towards the balls of the feet, finding those nice gentle waves left and right, coming into our ragdoll here. Now remembering here, we want to allow the head to completely be heavy, allow it to hang, having no tension in the neck or the shoulders. Everything is falling to the floor here. With every breath, just picturing a little bit more space being created in between each of the vertebrae, all along the spine. Last breath here. Exhaling, releasing the elbows, soft bend in the knees. We're going to roll up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rolling the shoulders back and coming to center. Just making their way towards the front of the mat here if we're not there already. Bring the feet side to side. As we inhale, the arms rise all the way up. Bring the palms to touch. Gentle back bend, squeezing the glutes. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward, finding our Uttanasana. Inhaling, lifting up halfway out of Uttanasana. Exhaling, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. I'm stepping back this evening because of the wobbly sand underneath me. As we exhale, we're coming down in chaturanga, but we're going to come all the way down this evening. Untucking the toes, tenting the fingertips. As we inhale, rising up, finding whatever version of cobra here. And as we exhale, melting all the way down. Beautiful. Sliding the hands back, tucking the back toes, lifting the hips, shifting the chest back towards the thighs. Downward facing dog. Now 2 options here. Option 1, pause in stillness. We're taking 3 breaths. Or option 2, we're going to move through some spinal waves. So inhaling, rippling forwards. Exhaling, dropping the hips, lifting the chin and chest. Inhaling, bending the knees and coming all the way back. So really picturing that wave as you move through this. Yogi's choice here, choosing whatever option. If we're flowing with that fluidity this evening, maybe choosing this spinal wave. Coming back to that concept of water, finding those easy movements, and then shifting it back to our stillness. 1 breath here. As we exhale, we're going to start to hop the feet towards the hands, lifting up halfway, Adho Uttanasana, nice flat spine. And then inhaling, folding all the way forwards. 1 more time, Uttanasana. Exhaling, rising all the way up, bringing that energy up from the ground. And finding our way back to heart center here. Just pausing here for 1 breath. We're going to softly close the eyes. And just coming back to your intention for this evening's practice. Maybe it's something you had in mind already, you're flowing with this evening, or maybe you're sharing in mine. Allowing yourself to just move with that flow, to not worry about what it looks like, focusing on how it feels. Maybe this is something that we can start to take off the mat as well. We're going to take a deep collective breath in here, arms rise all the way up, palms come to touch. Exhaling to heart center. From here, we're going to plant the hands and we're going to step it back, finding our downward facing dog 1 more time here. Now we're going to start with the right leg. So as we inhale, lifting that right leg towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to bend that right knee. We're going to shift it between the hands and we're going to inhale, rising all the way up to our high crescent here. Finding our balance, sinking the hips a little bit lower. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to flow the hands forwards, crossing them over and inhaling, rising them up. Picturing ourselves swimming through water here. So finding those movements, allowing the fingers to be nice and spread. Just imagining them moving through water here. 1 last movement, inhale, rising up. This time as we exhale, we're going to bring the left hand to the back of the left leg. We're going to lift that right hand, finding a reversed high crescent. Deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to cartwheel the hands down. We're going to straighten that front right leg and we're going to keep that back left heel lifted, finding our pyramid variation here. Deep inhale. As we exhale, imagining a waterfall just cascading down over that front right leg. As we inhale, we're going to walk the hands forward. We're going to flip that back left foot so it's parallel on the mat. And inhaling, bringing the arms parallel, making our way to our Trikonasana. As we exhale, that right hand reaches that right ankle and that left arm comes up and over. Now we're going to find a little bit of movement here. So inhaling, we're going to cartwheel that left arm all the way back. Exhaling, it comes forwards and up. Deep breaths here. We're taking 2 more movements. Once again, coming back to that fluidity. Just imagining the body moving through water here. Last breath. Inhaling and exhaling. As we exhale, we're going to place that left hand inside that right foot, keeping the legs where they are. As we inhale, that right arm is going to reach towards the sky. I know it feels funny. We're coming to our revolved Trikonasana here. Just 1 breath. And then exhaling, rolling that right hand all the way down. Now we're walking the hands inside the right foot. We're going to bend that right knee. We're going to sink the hips nice and low. And we're going to find our Skandasana. Deep breath in. As we exhale, shifting it all the way to the other side, bending that left knee, untucking the right toes. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, cactusing the elbows, rolling down. Just planting the fingertips either side of that front left foot. As we inhale, we're rolling it all the way back to our half splits here. And as we exhale, coming forward. From here, planting the hands, lifting that back right foot. We're going to inhale, rising up, bring that right arm up towards the sky. Exhaling, rolling it down. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling, we rise. Exhaling, we fall. Final breath, deep breath in. Find all sorts out here in the desert. And exhaling down. Planting the hands. Let's shift that left leg back. We're going to take our one-legged vinyasa. Inhaling. Exhaling, shifting it back. Taking 1 breath here, deep breath. On our next inhale, we're going to move through 1 spinal wave. So inhaling, rolling forwards, dropping the hips, lifting the chin and chest. Exhaling, shifting it all the way back. Breathing in this time, we're going to lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhaling, this time our left foot is going to come in between the hands, tucking the back right toes. Inhaling, rising up, finding that strength, finding that power, high crescent, deep breath. Exhaling, swimming those arms forward. Remembering, we're picturing ourselves moving through the ocean here, moving through water, finding that fluidity. We have 2 more movements. Really starting to find that flow. Moving with that breath. Last movement here, inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, let's reverse, finding that nice little back bend. As we inhale, straightening that left leg, pivoting the arms. We're going to bring that left hand down to the left ankle, finding our Trikonasana. Let's find that movement here. Exhaling, the right arm rolls back. Inhaling, coming all the way up. 2 more movements. Exhaling. Deep breath in. Final breath, picturing those arms just swimming through the water. Inhaling. Exhaling, this time planting that right hand inside that left foot. And we're going to inhale, lifting the left arm this time. Let's find our revolved Trikonasana on the opposite side. Deepest breath in. And as we exhale, left arm comes down. We're going to lift that back right heel. Deep inhale, lifting the chin and chest forward. Exhaling, walking those right hands back, finding that pyramid pose on the opposite side. Once again, we're cascading, we're rolling down that left leg. Inhaling, exhaling, folding. On our next deep breath in, bending that left knee, we're going to sink the hips nice and low. Hands come to heart center, Skandasana. Inhaling, rolling up, powering up through the legs, and we're swapping it over. Deep breath. Let's drop that back left knee down. Exhaling, melting all the way back. Inhaling, rising up. Exhaling, making our way back down to the mat. We're planting the hands and we're rolling that right leg back this time, finding our half splits. 1 breath here. Exhaling, shifting forwards. We're lifting that back left knee, walking that right hand inside the left foot. And let's find those nice movements again. Remembering, we're looking for fluidity. We're looking for motion. We want to open up that left shoulder as much as we can. 1 more breath here, 1 more movement. Exhaling, bringing that hand all the way down. We're shifting that right leg back. Let's take that one-legged vinyasa on this side. Inhaling, rolling up. This time as we exhale, we're going to shift it back. We're finding that child's pose, finding that balasana, finding those few moments of stillness here. Coming back to the breath, coming back to the body, coming back to the element of water. Water is soft and flowy, but water can also wear away rock, which is hard and rigid. So just remembering here that there is also strength in that softness, strength and that ability to just keep moving. As we find our few moments of stillness here, picturing that calm sea, that calm lake, whatever body of water it is. There's no waves, there's no ripples. It's a rare moment of peace. Enjoy it. Taking one last breath here, deepest breath in. As we exhale, sigh it out from the mouth. And as we inhale, lifting the head, rolling forwards and finding our way back to that downward facing dog. Coming back to that right leg. Inhaling, we lift the right leg up towards the sky. As we exhale, bending that right knee comes to left elbow. Inhaling, rolling that right leg all the way back up. Exhaling, right knee to right elbow. Inhaling, right leg comes all the way up. This time as we exhale, the right leg is going to come in underneath the arms. Inhaling, lifting that left arm up and over, finding our fallen triangle. As we exhale, right knee lifts all the way back up again. And this time we're going to drop that right foot down behind us, hips come down nice and low. Inhaling, lifting the hips, finding our wild thing here. One breath, deepest breath in. Exhaling, flipping it around, the knee comes into the nose. Inhaling, it rises up. This time as we exhale, bending that right knee, we're going to bring it in through the hands, tenting the fingertips, deep inhale. Exhaling, flowing down like a wave. This time as we inhale, we're going to lift the chin and chest, pausing here. Option 1, we're just going to take a hold of that back left foot and pause. Option 2, maybe we work that left foot into the elbow. Option 3, we're going to lift that right arm, pulling up through the mullabunda, the pelvic floor here. Or option 4, interlacing the fingers, finding our mermaid pose. Taking one deep breath here. As we exhale, releasing, we're going to tuck those back left toes. We're going to shift ourselves all the way back up, finding that downward facing dog. Taking one spinal wave here. Inhaling, we ripple forwards, dropping the hips. Exhaling all the way back up. This time as we inhale, lifting that left leg, bending that left knee taps right elbow. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, left knee to left elbow. Inhaling, we rise. Exhaling, we shoot that left arm in underneath, left foot in underneath the arms. And we inhale, lifting it up to our fallen triangle. Exhaling all the way back up to that three-legged dog. Inhaling, that left knee comes in between the hands, tenting the fingertips, lifting the chest. Exhaling, let's flow all the way down. Inhaling, we rise. We know where we're going. We know our options. So just choosing whatever option here works for yourself. And just taking a moment there. Whenever you're ready, wherever you are, we're just going to start to release the hands, release the foot, and we're going to shift it back to our traditional Adho Mukha Shiv-Asana, our traditional downward facing dog. Finding one last spinal wave here. The inhales ripple us forward. The exhales shift us all the way back. From here, we're gently going to hop the feet either side of the hands. We're going to sink the hips nice and low, and we're going to come to our malasana here, our yogi squat. Just finding a few little fluid movements here, moving to the left, moving to the right. Just imagining those little motions that the ocean always has. Those little rocks, those little sways. And whenever you're ready, we're going to sit the hips down, and we're going to bring the feet together. So engaging the soles of the feet here. Taking a nice deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to interlace the fingers, bringing the feet together and starting to fold forwards. Finding our reclined Baddha Konasana, our Baddha Konasana variation B here. allowing everything to start to slow down, allowing ourselves to find these folds, these twists, giving the body these signals. We're coming into our seated asanas. We're starting to slow down. As we inhale, we're going to roll up, and we're just going to bring the feet out in front of us. So sitting up nice and tall on the sit bones. Deep breath in, arms rise all the way up. As we exhale, hinging from the hips, maybe we take a hold of the feet and we find our forward fold here. Flexing the feet, finding that nice deep stretch through the backs of the legs here. Maybe we close down the eyes. Let's find these moments of softness, these moments of stillness, and embrace them. Just like the ocean, we rarely have these times of quiet, of stillness. So really enjoying them when they are here. Taking a last breath here, deepest breath in. As we exhale, slowly walking the fingertips up. And once again, bring the soles of the feet together. Taking your time nice and slowly, we're going to start to roll the upper body down onto the mat. And inhaling, bringing the arms up overhead. Allowing the knees to gently fall out side to side. Allowing the body to be really heavy, to be completely supported by the ground here. Maybe picturing yourself lying on the sand. Maybe imagining that sound of the ocean beside you. Allowing yourself to start to embrace both the strength and the softness that this element holds. Just remembering here that like the ocean, our lives go through times of ebbs and flows, ups and downs. But we always come back to center, to harmony, back to these moments of quiet. Taking one last breath here, deepest breath in. And as you exhale, we're just going to guide the knees together and we're going to cross the right leg over the left. So just as if you were sitting in a chair here. From here, bring the arms out nice and wide into a T shape. And we're going to allow the knees to fall to the left and the head to come to the right here. Finding that nice final little twist out for the spine or supine twist. We've been flowing and working through the spine quite a lot this evening. So putting it into quite a lot of extension through our mermaid poses, through our cobras, our waves, flipping the spine back and forwards. It's just allowing it this final gentle release, particularly for the lower parts of the vertebrae. Taking a last breath here. Asking yourself to keep your eyes closed. We're going to exhale, bring the knees to center. And then we're going to inhale, releasing the knees and just hugging them into the chest. Squeezing them really tight, making yourself into a tiny little ball. And then releasing the right leg out, the left leg follows. Taking a nice deep stretch with the arms. And from here, bending the knees once again. This time we're going to cross the left leg over the right, bringing our arms into our nice T shape and just twisting to the opposite side. The head looks over the left shoulder, the knees fall to the right. Not worrying about how far over the knees go. Our focus, our goal here is to keep those shoulder blades, that scapula nice and grounded. This allows the spine to get the most out of this twist. And maybe we even feel it a little bit into that left hip on this side. Our Pisces season is is a time for delving deep, listening to your intuition, and allowing it to bring that creativity out of you. So just embrace it. Go with it. Just go with the flow. Taking our last breath here. And when you're ready, once again, keeping those eyes closed, we're going to guide the knees to center, and we're going to make our way into our final but most important asana, coming to our Shiv-Asana here. We're going to bring the feet to either corner of the mat and bring the hands with the palms facing upwards. From here, we're taking a collective breath in, the deepest breath you've taken all day. Let's breathe it in. And allow the breath to slip through the lips here. This is Shiv-Asana. Remembering here that water will always wear away at rock, that there is strength to be found in the softness, that we will always go through those ebbs and flows, those ups and downs, just like the tide, but we will always come back to our center. Whenever you're ready, keeping the eyes softly closed, just start to bring that little bit of awareness back into the body here. So maybe gently wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, taking a nice deep stretch with the arms up overhead. And when you're ready, just making our way back into our nice comfortable seat. From here, we're going to take a nice deep collective breath in, rising the arms up through that water one final time, bringing the palms to touch, and exhaling the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me in this evening's water element flow in our beautiful Dubai desert. Once again, finding that little bit of tranquility out of the city. If you enjoyed this flow, please don't be afraid to leave a little comment, to like it, to subscribe. And thank you so much for joining me here on the Shiv-Asana series.